And we all live. Welcome to Mediaverse Podcast. We are gonna today. We have news today for pop culture, tech, and video games and everything else. My name is Kyle. As always, my friend Chris is here today. As
How's it
always,
going?
and our special guest today, Bill, who you met last week. If anybody watched.
Yeah,
So how are you doing today, Bill?
I'm doing fine, more or
All
less.
all
It's
right, so
cold.
cold. Yeah, we had a lot of snow today, so well, not too much, probably somewhere else, but
speak for yourselves. I live up north.
you live in the North
Northwest.
Pole?
Northwest. I'm more inland than you guys. We got like 5 inches up here.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Got
So
about
we got
one.
we got some Transformers news, we got some Nickelodeon revivals. We got some interesting movie news, and we got something on Nintendo, Google, and Square Enix, and Activision yet again.
And our main topic will be Doom Patrol, just to
First-
let you know.
Yep.
Doom.
Doom Patrol are pretty much our first impressions. What do we think of
Right.
the show so far from just one episode?
Take
All
it away,
right.
Kyle, with the news.
All right, so I figure we start off with this. We'll start off with something like we'll start off with the Nickelodeon stuff. All that, and I forgot to add this in here, so I might as well. And Are You Afraid of the Dark are coming back Nickelodeon.
As a poor child, I did not have cable until 8th grade, so I've never watched these two shows, but you guys probably know about them.
Well, as a rich entitled child, I'm kidding, it's just middle class, but
Same here.
yeah, Are You Afraid of the Dark was that show I couldn't get past the theme songs for most of the time because it was actually kind of creepy. Not so much the rest of the show, but that theme song, man,
Yeah.
creepy. And
Nothing but sound effects.
all that was one of that, just like SNL. It's that show that you remember being funny, then you go back and watch. It's like, why do I like this? This
I
is
find all
obnoxious.
sketch comedy to be embarrassing.
They have their moments, but they also have their get it over with already.
Yeah. I
This
mean,
would be
Good Burger I can constantly watch over and over again, the sketches.
I used to love that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
This would be the second relaunch of all that because it was gone for a
Third.
bit.
Third,
They-
actually.
I know that they brought it back again, and then now this.
Oh yeah, the second as a relaunch, yeah. But Ken Thompson's involved though. He's an executive producer on this.
Got to bring in that SNL experience, I guess.
I
put it
mean,
to some use.
yeah. He's also a veteran of all that, so he probably will be like, okay, we need Good Burger. Who can I call? Kel, do you want to get Good Burger? Yeah, sure.
Keenan's been doing sketch comedy like almost his entire life. You think he'd be sick of it?
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's all he does is sketch comedy. So if somebody's gonna produce a sketch comedy show, might as well be him because he must be good at it, I guess.
He's got to be like he started as an apprentice and now he's the master. Like he's gonna have his sights set on like running SNL one day, maybe.
Yeah, you never know. It might happen where he's like, now I'm the director of SNL, and we're gonna do some sketches.
Good Burger.
Adult edition. Which I can see that happening one day. Like they just have to get the rights from Nickelodeon to do Good Burger because they still have those rights. Okay, so we got next in the news we got some Transformers news finally. This is from last week. Netflix and Hasbro are doing a show together, which is they're going to be doing a Transformers animated prequel show, which is going to be War for Cybertron.
Now, this is made by the people that made the Netflix on Godzilla. Wow. This is made by the people that made Godzilla for Netflix.
Which means it'll start pretty good. And then what?
Yes. It will get completely weird at the end, and there will be no climactic fight, and it will just be boring, and Optimus will kill himself at the end.
They gotta do the epic ending where they gotta do the end trick monologue where it's like, one shall stand, one shall rise. And it's just like, and that's how you end your series. Just them just like starting a war and be like, and we're not showing the rest of this.
Well, they end it like they ended the Cybertron games where it's like, and then the original show happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I'm interested in it. I hope the Transformers look cool again. Lately, they've been looking a little. I don't know. Every time they have a new cartoon, like as much as I like Transformers Prime, those designs didn't really work for me. They're like, I don't know. They're too angular lately for me.
Well, that's because of Michael Bay, because he felt like angular was much more sexier, and we learned that was bullshit.
My only hope is because this is.
Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Wait, post-to-main doesn't look good on screen. Sorry.
Right. Well, my only hope is because this is like an anime, Transformers will look more like Gundams, and then I'll be all on board with that.
It'll look like Cybertron.
Yeah, I accidentally remembered an unrelated thing that it popped up in my YouTube feed. Whatever that current Transformers cartoon is,
Cyberverse.
Cheetor showed up in it.
Yeah,
but he wasn't like
know.
a Maximal. He was like some kind of Guardian or something. But he looked like Cheetor.
They did. This wouldn't be the first time they did that, actually. Before Machinima shut down, put all their videos on private, Optimus Prime actually, not Optimus Prime, Optimal Optimus actually was in the third part of this Titan trilogy. No, Power of the Prime trilogy.
Yeah, I think I heard about that. Ron Perlman did the voice.
Yeah, Hellboy, and he did a good job. And and he was also in the and also there was a poll happening where they actually asked who should be the next leader of the Autobots, and they were like, "Let the monkey be king."
The monkey is king.
Yeah,
calm.
Yeah. Well, like I even remember when that happened. Like, it was just me going off topic. I remember a lot of people were very angry about Optimus Primal because we want truck, not monkey.
I'm completely opposite. Yep. Give me a Beast Wars movie.
Well, that could happen now.
If it's made by the people that are now doing the new Transformers, because as long as Michael Bay is just kept away and locked up in a cage somewhere.
He's just executive producing now, apparently. Well, that's a perfect segue now, because officially, Chris, good news. Bumblebee, the Transformers Bumblebee movie that you didn't get the chance to watch, is officially a reboot.
Let's face it, it wasn't I didn't get a chance to watch it. I just refused to go to the movie theaters to watch Transformers movie.
I've done the same thing. The only part of the Bumblebee movie I saw was the first couple minutes on YouTube, which was a pretty good couple minutes. The best couple minutes Transformers has ever had on the big screen, I'm sure.
It's actually really good. Like in Transformers, they always tried to make the humans and the Autobots give them both equal screen time. They do that even if Bumblebee's in the transform mode. Like they give like the main character of that movie, Charlie, as much screen time as Bumblebee because they're both like the main characters and everything.
I just like that.
Go on.
I just like that they looked good too.
Yeah, they look squarey like they do in the Transformers. That's why like when everyone saw it, it's like, can we call Michael Bay on bullshit?
I just remember sitting there watching, me like, wow, finally, the Transformers in live action. Wait a minute.
Like, I know you guys like are hating on Michael Bay, but if you just watch the action scenes of those movies, they do look pretty cool.
We're not
the camera's
denying
not
that.
shaking.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that. It's just sometimes they try to make you too into it. Like, I watched like the original and I was like, yeah, we're going to make the cameraman part of the action so people feel like you're part of the action.
Not many people threw up in the theater during those things.
I mean, it's not as bad as I love the Bourne movies, but the action scenes, especially later on in those movies, get a little too much shaky cam. But I don't know. I've seen some scenes of like Optimus fighting Megatron. I think he like freaking like cuts his head off with like a sword or something.
He does.
That shit's crazy.
The second movie, even though it's the worst one, actually has the best fight scene where Optimus fights like Megatron, Starscream, and some other guy in the woods, and it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I've seen that scene, and that was pretty cool.
But there's a problem with that scene, though, and I will always call it out because my one friend decided to be a stupid fanboy and go, well, here's the one thing the Fallen says, only a Prime can kill a Prime. And I'm like, so Optimus Prime is a Prime. And he goes, so how come Megatron killed Optimus? And my friend goes, well, that's because Megatron's the ultimate evil. So why is he taking orders from the Fallen like a bitch?
Well, it's been a while, but I remember that movie, the Fallen says only a Prime can kill him, not a Prime can kill another Prime.
Yeah.
So
But there's a lot of plot holes to that movie, though. So
that movie hasn't. Well, that's what happens when a movie doesn't have a script.
And the whole Writers Guild went on strike during that time,
which is why it didn't have a script.
Yep. They're like, "Oh, what are we gonna do, Michael Bay?"
Sci-fi movies should not be filmed on an outline.
Like Michael Bay, how does this explosion work with the story? What's the story?
We just blow the stuff up. That's all.
The story is a delivery device for action.
Yeah.
That's how Michael Bay makes movies.
It's true. It's true. If you just watch Pearl Harbor and just watch the Pearl Harbor blowing up, it's probably the best part of the whole movie. You'd be fine. All right. Great. So New Mutants may have moved its release date to September 2nd.
Wait, does it? I
heard that was probably a screw up on some licensee or whatever. I don't think that's an official thing.
Yeah, but how would you feel that actually happened, though? I'm curious.
I don't care.
I kind of don't care.
That movie's been pushed back so much. I don't think anyone would have even realized if it opened in September instead of August.
It'd be like, wait, this movie was supposed to open in September? Wait, why is it going up against it?
This movie was supposed to come out in, like, what, April of last year?
Yeah.
It was supposed to come out in February of last year.
Yeah, I even remember the post. Like, I work at the movie theater,
they released a
we even got the poster and had the actual thing, the actual date on it, which said April 13th. It's what?
Well, it'll be an unfortunate swan song for that series.
I think we all know what's going to happen to New Mutants. It's going to just slowly get pushed back and then forgotten about. And then one day when we're watching Disney Plus, we'll be like, "Oh, what's this? New Mutants."
Oh, I remember this.
It'll pop up on Hulu or maybe. Or
yeah.
It'll just be like, "Whoa, what? Where'd this come from?"
Yeah.
The movie is not even a movie. They just chop it up into like episodes of like a new limited series.
They take the two different versions of the movie they've probably shot at this point and just somehow edit together an incoherent but somewhat straightforward narrative.
I can see that happening, believe it or not. I can actually see that happening.
Oh,
Hulu Plus original, New Mutants.
Limited series. It'll only be this one time because the cast has all moved on and will never come back to this because they're smart.
and Fox took too long and the Disney acquisitions, which apparently now moved to March.
He's going through all the regulations and stuff and all that nonsense.
It's only an $80 billion deal, you know.
It is.
The funny thing with that whole thing is people keep acting like Disney, even though the deal is done, Disney doesn't have a say over anything that Fox does. And people seem to forget that. Like, I don't understand. Why are they still doing this? Because they're still a company still.
Yeah.
Like, they're still going to make movies. In fact, they should burn as much as Rupert Murdoch's money as they can on the way out.
Yeah, they should. I mean, come on. They just canceled. I think they just canceled. They just axed X-Force.
Well, they just were like, look, we know we're not going to be able to do it. They would have had to start filming that stuff like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they did say Deadpool 3 is happening, so.
We'll see. I mean, I honestly think Disney buying Fox is going to be a bad idea.
Because there's less movie studios making movies now.
I mean, Disney only owns like 41% of the movie market now. No, I meant 46. Sorry, 46. That doesn't sound like a complete monopoly, but it's close.
They're getting way too powerful, and it's a little scary and disturbing.
Yes. Well, that's how people. That's what they try to do to indoctrinate people in the House of Mouse. They buy other properties. I mean,
they bought so many of my favorite things. They bought the Muppets. They bought Marvel. They
bought
the Simpsons.
Yeah. Don't forget
Power Rangers, but they didn't want that.
They got rid of that. That's the only thing they've ever gotten rid of.
Yeah, that's like the only thing. They got rid of it because they're like, we have nothing. Like originally they were just going to do toys with it. They just wanted to do it for toys, and I'm fine with that. And the syndication, which I completely understand. Speaking of like stuff, let's go to the next line. This one, Bill, will probably pique your interest. Chris Hemsworth is playing Hulk Hogan.
What you gonna do, brother?
Yeah,
this is crazy.
It's so weird, but it's also actually really good casting, I think.
I wonder if he's gonna pull it off. That's what the funny thing.
He's got some solid range that most people don't realize. He's more than just Thor.
Yeah, I've never heard him do an American accent.
I've heard him do a Texan accent once. It was okay. I think Hulk Hogan's got an easy enough voice to imitate.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, even I can know it. Brother, you gotta understand, man. I got this nice pepper ball, and it will get rid of anything spicy or whatever that stomach is hurting on you.
He's already got the however many inch pythons himself.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, no,
I just needs to get that mustache.
Yeah,
and he'll probably be like bald.
I don't know. Well, yeah, he recently shaved for MIB International. So
yeah, but this is interesting. I wonder what era this will be in, just because
it would have to be the 80s. That was his peak.
Yeah.
Like I think unless you want to end it like very sadly and like show his like messed up divorce and the whole Gawker lawsuit, and then it's just a different kind of movie altogether.
I mean, if it's in the 80s, it's going to be cool then, because then they have to cast like Macho Man and like
Piper.
Yeah, all those like classic guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be cool.
I mean, Hulk Hogan was talking about like, I think one of the recent wrestlers that passed away, and he's like, he realized he's like the last one from that era too. So
definitely one of the last.
Yeah. Like, he started crying.
I mean, who wouldn't if like all my friends are dead?
Yeah, you're getting old, man. Like that reality hits you, man.
I would love it if like they could like work with WWE so they can get like some actual like some real archive footage, some real like merch, the actual WWF logo instead of like I'm wrestling at the World Wrestling Organization.
Yeah, and plus
WWO.
Like, who owns the name to Hulkamania again? WWE or something?
Yeah, they're the ones who own that.
Yeah, so and they need to let them use that at least if they're gonna do it. I mean, that'd be like the perfect title. I'm not a big wrestling fan, but I know who Hulk Hogan is. Okay,
everyone does. He's one of those handful of wrestlers that everyone knows. It's like him, The Rock.
Yep.
Maybe two other people.
Like, everybody knew a kid that had that Hulk Hogan pillow on their bed.
Yeah.
Unless you were that kid.
Like, Chris, were you that kid?
No, but I knew a kid that had that pillow. Like, I feel like everybody has been in contact with that pillow.
He's right about that. He is right about that. All right, so this is where we're going to hit the final nail in the coffin. The Marvel Netflix universe is dead.
Rest in peace. I don't have a hat.
Yep. We gotta give it a Viking funeral. Oh wait, I still need that for streaming.
It sucks, but Netflix pretty much has said that we want to straight up like own our content. So it's what it is, I guess. You know.
Them basically saying we don't need you.
Yeah.
Well, they're more invested in making their own original content now, and they just updated the fee and everything. And like so they can get more. I mean, they're right now working on Avatar: The Last Airbender live action,
which is weird, but I'm curious.
I mean, they also just proved recently they don't need it. I'll explain that in what we watched and what we play later.
Okay.
Yeah. So think preview, everybody. Stay tuned.
Well, hopefully, at least Daredevil gets resurrected on Hulu in like a year and a half.
Oh yeah, the Hulu guys, the Hulu guys are actually expressing interest in reviving them.
Like, they don't even need to like straight up revive all the shows. You know, Luke Cage and Iron Fist, just make a team show. For God's sake, make a team show.
That should have been what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should have been from the start. Should have just been Heroes for Hire, and then like. With S.H.I.E.L.D. that shows up once in a while.
That show was tailor-made for network television.
It really is.
This is a buddy comedy, and like they have a premise set up for a weekly like stories.
You have a case of a week.
Yeah,
it's like it would be perfect for ABC. It's infuriating that it wasn't the one they went with.
Yeah,
especially now that like once they own all their IPs, it's like, oh man, we got Latverian terrorists that we got to deal with. It's like, oh man, we got like freaking Ultron weapons on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine if that was the network TV show, and then like one episode, like all of a sudden, like Nick Fury, Sam Jackson walks into their barber shop that they operate in? People would have lost their mind.
Yeah, and you know what's funny though? They do reference like weaponry, like from Iron Man 2, Hammer Tech, and Luke Cage season 1. They're like, this is called I can't remember what it was called.
That was what the stupid villain that was wearing at the end of the season.
Yep.
The Diamondback guy. He was wearing Hammer Tech. That, I guess, comic accurate, but maybe sometimes that's not a good thing.
Yeah, but they're going to give him Luke Cage powers, but you'll never see it. You'll never see it.
We'll never see how Luke Cage stops being a criminal, because I guess he's a criminal now. I don't know how that ended.
Yeah,
I don't know how it ended either.
How did Iron Fist get his powers back?
They're like, well, we're going to be guest starring another ship. Never mind.
At least with Daredevil, it's mostly wrapped up, except for the whole bullseye thing.
They should have just removed that scene. If they just removed that scene, it would have just been a perfect ending. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, they should have basically 4 seasons.
They should have just done what Flash. Yeah. They should have just done what they did with Flash. Don't tease the next villain. Don't tease like the next villain so hard. Like apparently when the first Flash trailer came in with Sicarda, that tease was supposed to be in the final scene of season 4 apparently. So they just do what they just did. Just remove, like you said, Chris, remove it.
Yeah.
I don't know how Punisher ended, and I'm just going to assume Jessica Jones season 3 will end with her.
Apparently, from what I heard, like Punisher actually ended it like pretty well. No loose ends. Like that's what I heard. Like it was like the best way they ended it. So I was like, good.
I'll watch it eventually.
I'm 1 episode in still. I'll get to it. Damn it.
I never got a chance to watch it. I'll eventually watch it though.
So every time I click on Netflix, I'm just clicking on Star Trek for some reason.
Yeah. Anything else, Chris? On
you got to repair a replicator. What's up?
So anything on your side, Chris, with the news?
Okay. We have a few things still. Google is possibly making a game console.
Yep.
This is crazy because they had that Project Stream thing that seems to work really well. But now they're talking about making hardware, which, hey,
is that really in their wheelhouse, hardware?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Google has come out with quite a few hardware things, but they've never really been successful.
They actually hired people from Sony actually and Microsoft to join their division of teams for gaming hardware, including VR.
Yeah, but this could be interesting. Google has a bit of an edge when it comes to networking. So if they do come out with some sort of game console, I guess the thing that they could have over their competitors is like, well, if you buy this game on the, we'll just call it the Google box, you don't have to pay for an online subscription. You could just play it for free online.
Just sync it to your Gmail account.
Yeah, that's like the only thing I could think of, like their like real edge being is like you can play it on our system for free, and most likely they'll have the infrastructure to be like, online games work better on Google
Android
than they do.
I think we might call this the Android box.
Maybe they'll just come up with a brand new name to like, separate it from Google. Like Google made it, but like it would be like kind of like a subsidiary. Like
and I think like the thing they should not do, and this is something we gotta learn from the past. We should not do what the CEO did. The CDO did.
CDI?
Yeah. CDI. Sorry.
Are you talking about 3DO?
3DO, yeah. The 3DO.
Okay.
We should not license this thing to other companies because this is what they're going to do. Well, how are we going to make profit off it?
Well,
that was one of the problems with it.
That's what Steam did with those Steam boxes, and everybody has a Steam box, right? Oh wait, no.
What's a Steam box?
Nobody has. Exactly.
You just proved our point. Yeah, exactly. Like that's what they should not do. They should just keep it in-house and be like, we're gonna make it, and we're gonna make it at a loss, but we'll make up in software with maybe our exclusive stuff. So,
I mean, it depends who they have that's actually going to be making software for this. Yeah. They've been talking to Bandai Namco. I love their games, but you know, I can get their games on PS4 usually. So yeah, like this Google. Although I'm interested, I'm always excited to see a new console, and especially one actually made by a viable company. You know,
I mean,
this is not like something like the Ouya or like the freaking Coleco Chameleon.
What about the Mad Box?
What about that rapper and his scam box?
Oh my god. We try not to talk about that guy on this podcast.
It was almost gonna be something we talked about, but we started a little too late about the Soldier Boy consoles.
Yeah, we did think about it, but we're like, should we give this guy a little bit of a promotion? And we're like, nah.
Let the Nintendo lawyers handle him.
Yes, let the Sakurai ninja, let the Miyamoto ninjas come out of nowhere. Wait, who are you?
Unintentionally, we've given Soldier Boy some promotion. Which Soldier Boy, I know you're watching, and you're welcome.
Yes, we love the Soldier console so much. I mean, seriously, they've been licensed. Seriously, you buy the license of you buy the console and you get the license with it. That's amazing. That's actually what he thinks about it.
All right, moving on. I got one more thing to talk about. Yeah. Square Enix possibly is going to have another big game this year.
Yeah.
They already released Kingdom Hearts 3, which is really good. And the other big game, a lot of people are speculating it's Final Fantasy VII. I think it's got to be the Avengers game.
It's got to be the Avengers game.
Don't Square Enix fans just automatically assume it's Final Fantasy VII no matter what?
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Ever since that remake came out, it's like this. Oh, the tech demo for PS3. You guys are making it, right? No, that was a tech demo. You're making it, right? No, it's just a tech demo. And me and my friends got into an argument about it. I said, dude, it was just a tech demo. Do you even know what a tech demo is? It's supposed to display the hardware's technology and what it's capable of. And seriously, even Square Enix said this. It has, if a Final Fantasy game does sell more than any other Final Fantasy VII, then they'll remake Final Fantasy VII. But they caved in to peer pressure.
Whatever, like Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's happening eventually, but this Avengers game, I really am curious. I don't play, I mean, let's face it, there's not too many licensed games out there anymore to begin with, and for the most part, the trend has now kind of turned around that if a game company does have a license for something, they typically have been doing a really good job lately.
Spider-Man,
Batman, Spider-Man, Injustice,
the EA Star Wars.
Well, I said for the most part.
Bill agrees with me.
I'm waiting for a real Star Wars game.
But we are a real Star Wars game. No, EA, you're just
you're a loot box scam for children.
Yeah. Well,
secretly, I'm hoping the Avengers game is just pretty much Final Fantasy 15, except with like Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, and Black Widow driving around in a car in the desert, beating up guys,
playing the music.
Yeah,
and then Tony Stark goes, "Oh man, that's my jam. It's AC/DC." Like I can imagine that actually, him just going, "Yeah."
But it will be cool, whatever it is.
And Activision's going to be in trouble again because they added more monetization again to Black Ops.
You play Black Ops 4?
Try to avoid those games that are supposed to be free.
So this game originally launched with no microtransactions. Then a month later, they put microtransactions. And it seems like 3 months later, they put in loot boxes.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Here's Black Ops. So here it is. So here's your base game. It's going to be $60. Hey, you want new maps? That'll be $50. And
Holy shit, really?
Yeah. And then, do you want a battle pass? Yeah, if you want to get access to stuff, use our battle pass system. Oh, guess what? You want these missions? You can earn stuff. Well, guess what? You got to pay for that. Oh, and then loot boxes. Can I have money now?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also, I hate to mention this because this is in the news too. Well, this is also the same company. It just laid off 800 of their coworkers just this last Tuesday.
Right, because they didn't make enough money, even though they made a shit ton of money.
Yes, because they made record profits, but they didn't realize their full potential.
Yeah.
So that's how it works, huh?
Those bigger companies something's gonna have to give with the way they're being run. But
yeah, well,
people, as much as you hate it, Kyle, there's a ton of kids playing Call of Duty, and they're gonna buy those boxes, man.
Yep, and they're gonna get addicted to gambling, and then they're gonna be like, "How did you get addicted to gambling? I don't know." Yeah, but here's the thing. But this is the thing, though. Black Ops, by the way, this thing is like all set up with all these updates.
Anyway, go on, Kyle. Keep going.
Okay.
No dinner.
I told you I was down here. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, for God's sake.
Technical difficulties.
Sorry. Lock the door.
Forgot.
Okay, Kyle, keep going. Keep going.
Okay. It's now turning into a game that should have been free. That's where it got turned. This game is turning into a game that should have been free. That's where
Right.
That's what it looks like that should have been turned into. Because looking at all these microtransactions, I'm like, this sounds like something I would play on my mobile game.
Yeah.
And also, here's the best thing, Chris. You can skip a tier by paying an extra $1. There's $100. There's like $100. There's like 100 levels of tiers, so you can they'll get over $100 off if you want to skip all of them.
Yeah.
So this should have been a free to play game.
It is what it is, but anyway, okay. I guess one more video game thing before we get to the main topic.
We got two.
This is a total rumor, but everybody is acting like it might be real. Is Nintendo might be bringing back Scalebound?
I would be totally down with a Dragon Nero again.
I mean, do you think that game could even work on the Switch?
I mean, they didn't have that much. They had a little bit of technical difficulties if you think about it. The one thing they had a problem was because of Microsoft going, "Oh, implement multiplayer in here," because that's all the rage right now with our systems.
Yeah, Microsoft seems to be wanting to do a lot more multiplayer stuff to their detriment. I mean, we've heard about how Crackdown turned out.
Oh, yeah. Don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, but I mean, this is interesting. Nintendo has a good relationship with Platinum Games. Scalebound looks cool. If they can actually make that thing work on the Switch, that will be really interesting.
I mean, Switch is as powerful as the base Xbox One or PS4. So
yeah, so
surprised me.
But I mean, Scalebound seems like a game that would be at home on the Switch.
Oh yeah, especially right next to Bayonetta with Platinum Star. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely with Astral Chain, Bayonetta, all that stuff. But yeah. So anyway, I guess
we got one more thing. Tech news.
Okay, what's up, Kyle?
So Samsung announced a Galaxy S10. One's actually a budget phone, which is cool. And then there's the regular 10 and then the Plus. But this is the most interesting one they announced. They announced a foldable phone. They announced a foldable phone.
I've heard about this technology for a while, like with the clear screens that you can actually fold.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, man. We live in the future.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I seen what it does. I was like, wow, this looks amazing. This is like, well, I can turn you to a phone. Now I got a mini tablet.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And like it unfolds.
Yeah, it's amazing. And that was like part of the announcement. Also, the Galaxy S10 Plus has 5 cameras on it, believe it or not.
5 cameras?
Yeah, there's 3 on the back and 2 on the front.
Huh.
Yeah.
Why do they have that? Why does it have that many cameras? Like, what does it do?
It makes I have the Galaxy S9 Plus, so like the second camera does act as like a focus, so you can blur out backgrounds and stuff like that, and it also helps the other camera to act like it kind of acts like human eyes.
Oh, okay. So it's not like this camera is so that NSA can watch you. This camera is so Russia can watch you.
I mean,
this camera is so China
that.
can watch you.
They're also that, but they're also the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, I thought it was a cool announcement. That just got announced today. I was like, huh, do we really need that many cameras? Maybe, maybe not. Like, I mean, there is one camera with 4 lenses. I found out. I was like, oh, and it runs on 5G. So that's it for tech
5G.
news.
All right, I guess we'll get into the main topic, which is the Doom Patrol. First impressions of DC Universe's Doom Patrol. So, what did you guys think of Doom Patrol? Kyle, Bill,
I will say,
start it.
I'll start it. I actually like it. It definitely earns its TVMA ratings with Brendan Fraser's buttocks. Oh, and by the way, the boobs that fucks, and the dick that fucks the female in the front of Brendan Fraser. But
okay, you're really obsessed with that part, huh?
Yeah, it's just my best way of saying, yeah, it earned its MA rating, and then when you actually see the show, they're like, oh my god.
I was like, I like the part with the boobies.
Yeah, but it's definitely a good show. I like how it's narrated by Alan Tudyk, like actually narrated by the villain of the show, and I like that it actually like sets up every hero, so you already get to know them within the first episode. So when you get to the second episode, you're ready to go.
Yeah, which second episode hasn't aired yet, but
nope,
I thought it was pretty cool so far. I really liked it. I actually liked it way more than I thought. I actually waited until last night to actually finally watch it.
I was going to text you. I was going to text you and be like, did you watch it? Yeah, we need this for
no, I was going to watch it. Don't get me wrong. I just had a lot of stuff going on.
He's
but
lying.
When I finally watched it, I was like, I actually really like this show. This show was really good. I'm really excited to see where it goes. I thought Robot Man, was pretty awesome, especially he's learning how to walk. He's learning kind of how to talk, but he seems to be able to just do that where, the guy in the wheelchair is showing him flashcards and he's saying oh, can you say this word? And Robot Man is just where am I? What happened to me? What have you done to me?
Why does that calendar say 1995 instead of 1988?
Yeah.
Yeah. That show, I really like that show. I'm glad it's a spinoff of Titans, and it definitely builds off of what they established from that episode. Plus, we got a replacement for we got Timothy Dalton. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Much better chief than the guy from Titans. That guy,
yes.
I don't like that guy.
He used this Sean Connery voice a little bit.
What did you think of Doom Patrol, Bill?
I really liked it. I love in the Alan Tudyk narration, the first couple minutes where it's another superhero show.
Oh, no,
I just love that.
It is about losers. So you're going to feel better about yourself.
Because I feel like that too. Because it's even though I'm I enjoy all this, but I'm oh no, more. That's another thing I have to watch.
There's a lot of meta jokes in that show. When they're explaining Alaska woman's origin story, they're oh, critics hate her, but fuck critics. They don't know what they want. That was kind of
they said critics will probably hate this show too, or something.
Yeah, they're taking a jab at what they said about Titans and people in general. I was man, I love this show.
Yeah, Titans got a lot of hate before it ever even came out, but I think critically it fared pretty well, the actual show.
Oh yeah,
that first trailer made people go oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was telling people. I was telling people that's it looks very misleading. And I'm you should really watch the show. And I really had a friend that watched it, and he literally said, you were right. That show is actually, Titans is really good. So, yeah. And he was one of the naysayers, so.
Yeah, this Doom Patrol show, though, seems like it could possibly be better. I mean, I'm really a lot more interested in it from, the first episode, just because it's I don't know, Robot Man is awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
I love Robot Man. What's that? What does this tower say? Library. Why could you not do it right? Robot hands.
Yeah. The one guy who's all bandaged up. I'm kind of unclear exactly what his powers are, because it seems like he doesn't have like a real body, and he's like actually made out of energy. But it's really weird.
It's weird because like I think traditionally, at least it's weird because these characters are like pretty obscure.
Yeah.
So like
I don't know much about them. I really don't know much about them. So like anything that seems like where it's like this is just the people that are like with like SJW or like trying to attack everything. Like, oh well, they're clearly trying to push the gay agenda. I'm like, this is me. I don't know anything about the characters. So
well, I do know that Negative Man's not gay in the comics. That was for the show that they changed.
Why is he called Negative Man though? Like, what exactly are his powers?
He brings out a negative being of himself. Like if I remember from the Titans Doom Patrol episode, he literally brings like an astral projective negative energy version of himself.
Yeah, like he's basically, think of him as like he sends out like a ghost of himself made of weird energy out of his body, and his body just kind of like goes boom, while that version of him's floating around doing shit.
Yeah.
Okay, but he underneath the bandages, he's all like burned up and shit still, or
yeah.
Okay.
It's not made 100% clear in the show, but in the first episode, but I'm sure it'll hopefully become more clear as like the season progresses. They got like 10, 13 episodes, something like that.
I still love Negative Man's entrance in Titan. Thunderstruck. That was probably the best way to ever introduce a character ever.
I can't help but notice that that it's clearly a different person under the bandages in both shows.
Yeah.
Like he's got a very different build. Like I think he was more built in Titans. This guy's a bit slimmer.
Well, that was because it was that this was like to accommodate for Matt Bloomer's size and everything.
Yeah.
Like Robot Man's still the same guy. So
there's the other girl, Rita, who her powers are kind of like she can turn into a giant monster blob.
That's different in the comics.
Yeah, she just can like become big and maybe small.
No,
I mean maybe she'll figure that
Fantastic.
out.
She's part Mr. Fantastic and Ant-Man. Best way to describe it to anybody.
I'm assuming it's something that maybe she has to like figure out how to do, and this is just sort of like she hasn't quite gotten it yet, maybe.
Yeah. I didn't really understand how she got her powers. She just like sort of like fell in like the river and kind of breathed something in.
Yeah.
Really and got into her mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, because with Negative Man, it was like, okay, cosmic radiation. That makes sense. Robot Man. Yeah. I mean, and then the other girl, Crazy Jane, which I'm like, okay, she has like a ton of personalities, but one of them can turn into a giant fire lady.
Well, apparently all her personalities apparently have like powers.
Yep.
Like
really?
Powers.
So every personality is a metahuman or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, and she has like about 64 different personalities. So she's like, the actress was like, yeah, I wanted a challenge, and yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Hope someone's got like a checklist.
She's proving it. She's so far proving it. She has a she's doing a good job of doing all these different powers, like different personalities.
I guess like the Chief, his power is he will do any type of experiment on anybody for science.
I guess that's a power.
Yes. Although what's really weird though is that they're like, oh no, he got confined to the chair again. Again? What is his power?
He doesn't have a power. He's just a scientist, a mad scientist.
His power is that he doesn't give a shit about you and will do experiments.
He's a non-psychic Professor X.
Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, Doom Patrol did come out before X-Men, so
they came out like within like a month of each other, just like
3 months of each other. Actually, I looked it up.
Like Swamp Thing and Man Thing. People are like, okay, who ripped off who? All these people talk to each other.
Yeah, it does seem that way. Like that, but we will never know because Stanley took that to the grave when he made the X-Men.
I really like this show. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, DC Universe, you're making that year worth it so far. So good on you, DC Universe. I got another 13 weeks of content that I'm looking forward to.
Same
Is
here.
it 13 or 10?
I think it's 13.
This time. No, it's 13
Okay.
this time.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be 13 for Titans, but they cut it off because I felt like it would go full circle.
It was very unclear what happened with that whole finale situation.
Yeah, what happened was they were like, oh, we're gonna cut it here because this is where Robin gives into darkness as how Robin and Raven. I'm like, no, you just didn't want to give us those two last episodes, a 2-hour finale, did you?
The finale probably didn't work, and they're like, shit, we gotta fix this. Ended on this cliffhanger instead.
Yeah, they should have been honest at least. We would have been fine with it, but they're trying to like reword it. You know what I mean?
Like, whatever. I was mostly fine with Titans, so I'm like, hopefully season 2 will be good. I do feel like Doom Patrol, it feels like they got more money for this show than they did for Titans.
I do feel like that too.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, it's hard to tell right now because we've only seen the like intro episode, and who knows? Like the rest of the episodes could be them like trapped in a closet in a school or something.
By the way, so they announced two characters are going to be in the show. They announced the Beard Hunter.
Okay.
Yep. The Beard Hunter.
I don't know what that is.
He hunts beards. He pretty much hunts beards.
I know Danny the Street's supposed to be in the show somehow.
Yep, that's the other one. What if that little corner was Danny the Street? The way that episode ends, like you find out that's Danny the Living Street.
Well, I mean, originally on Teen Titans or Titans, it said Danny Street where the house was on.
So maybe it'll just be that again, and we'll find out. Oh, by the way, this road that we live on, it's alive. What?
Yeah, that's why nobody finds it.
Yeah. Also, I made the road. You made a living person into a living street?
How did you do that? That's not how science works.
And why? Well, clearly he was dying. You could let the person die. Yeah, you should have let him die. Look at me. I'm a robot and I'm putting my brain. I would die, but you gave me a new lease on life. But I didn't want to be a living street.
Yeah. Man, but I am looking forward to this. And yeah, Brendan Fraser, Robot Man, really awesome.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, and that, believe it or not, I watched like a panel, and he actually was like doing the Robot Man voice. Yeah, I was like, okay, so I did it. Okay, like this. I was like, that's really him. I thought it was just a robotic, you know what I'm saying?
Like they put like a filter over him or something.
Yeah. Like Bill, did you feel that way too? Like they put a filter over him.
I mean, I felt like he was maybe dropping it an octave, and then they maybe put a filter over it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they probably did filter a little bit.
Sometimes they do things like hold up garbage cans to their head while they talk to a microphone. There's a picture of the guy that played Black Manta doing that for Aquaman. So sometimes it's just a low tech thing,
Yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised what you can do when you go really low tech.
I would be surprised if Tom Hardy did his Dark Knight Rises looping like this,
or his face mask just naturally did that.
Yeah, and it had a microphone in it just to record everything. What a beautiful voice! Like I would not be surprised. Like they put a mini microphone in there and be like, "Okay, we got the audio recording. Okay, we're good."
Doom Patrol. It's good.
Yeah, it's very good.
Bodes well for the next. I think Swamp Thing's next for that service.
Oh man, that's so cool.
Swamp Thing, Young Justice are going to be kind of going right next back to
Stargirl.
Yep.
And I liked what I saw in the trailer they released right before the season dropped, showing saw a little more Cyborg. Liking what I've seen from him. He seems like he's going to be fun.
Oh yeah, no, I just love. Can you guys take a superpower being down, super villain down? Hell no. I was like, oh god. And by the way, hey Chris, remember the Martian Manhunter from Smallville?
No,
I do.
Well,
he's Cyborg's dad.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
I know him. I know him better from Seinfeld as Jackie Childs, Kramer's lawyer.
Yep. If you feel like you've seen this guy from somewhere, that's why. Like, I feel like and also like Cyborg has a different origin story. His mom gets killed, apparently, from what I'm seeing. So he's going to be introduced in the next episode.
Interesting. I look forward to watching it.
Yep.
But I guess we'll start winding things down with what are you watching? What are you playing? So, Bill, giving the swerve to you. What are you watching or what are you playing?
I just started playing the new God of War. I'm only a little bit
Oh,
into it.
wow, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone lent it to me. It's pretty cool. I like that you can throw the axe and bring it back to you like Thor's hammer. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm not that far into it, so I don't really have any much to say other than I'm liking it so far. I finally got around to reading Batman White Knight,
Oh, cool.
and it's like, oh, geez, story got
Yeah,
freaking
I thought
crazy.
it was really good.
Like, I love how like they included all the little Batmobiles and shit too. That was pretty cool.
I gotta give that a read eventually.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's a really interesting Elseworld story. I think I've heard that there might be a sequel to it, so it should be interesting
Yeah, I'm
to see
hearing
how that
that
plays.
too.
I really kind of got a kick out of how the Joker, when he gets sane, he goes back to Harley, and she's all like modern Harley, Suicide Squad Harley with the short shorts, and it's like, but then it turns out that's not even the original Harley. There's classic Harley shows up in the classic costume. It's like, you're not the real Harley. I am.
You're not my Harley.
He didn't even realize it. I ran away. And he just found you.
Yeah. That was plot twist.
Like, I'm like, man, this guy does not like the modern Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And she becomes like her like weird version of Joker for a while. And she's just like, I'm just filling in. Like,
yeah. I'm kind of glad right now with the, like, I kept saying this. There is such thing as too much Harley Quinn. And I'm finally glad they canceled like the Harley Quinn versus Joker movie, because I was like,
that was never going to happen.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that I heard that's not on the table anymore. So I keep saying that there is a thing called too much Harley Quinn.
Like, it was never going to happen.
Yeah,
it was one of those movies. I'm like, that's never going to happen. Just like the Cyborg movie. I'm like, that's never going to happen.
No, I agree with you. That was never going to happen.
Even when like you think I thought those movies would all turn out fine. I was like, that Cyborg movie's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I thought Justice League Part 2 would have happened, but that's not happening.
And there we are. So, Chris, what about you? What have you been doing?
Well, I am pretty damn close to beating Kingdom Hearts 3 finally. I just got the Ultimate Keyblade because snow day, so I kind of just was playing a lot of Kingdom Hearts.
I'm working on that too. A little bit.
Yeah, I got the ultimate weapon. Just have to beat the game now, and I'm excited about that. So if we could wrap things up, that'd be great, so I can get back to playing Kingdom Hearts. But
we'll make this quick.
I'm just kidding. But and what have I been watching? I watched the second season of Dragon Prince. This is the show made by the people that made Avatar: The Last Airbender, and really good. That show continues to be really good. I feel like their seasons are just like a little too short though. Like this one felt a little anticlimactic the way it ended, even though there was a pretty cool like reveal at the end. So it made sense the way it ended. But like, I was kind of like, oh, that's it? I kind of was hoping for a little bit more, but okay.
I mean, the episode was I know season 2 is like 9 episodes long. It's the same amount of episodes as season 1.
I know. It just felt like shorter. Maybe it was just because there was a little bit. There's kind of like a couple of episodes that were them just kind of faffing about. But I really enjoy that show. It does remind me a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I kind of hate that you have to like distinguish shit with Avatar: The Last Airbender because of James Cameron movie.
Do you?
I'm so used to just calling it. Yeah, I'm so used to calling it Avatar, but then people are like, "Oh, really? You like Pandora and the Na'vi?" And I'm like,
you like that stupid movie with the blue elves?
Do you speak Na'vi, Chris?
No.
That's like one of the jokes in Future Man, because they actually teach the guy Wolf how to talk Na'vi, and he starts talking Na'vi because of Sigourney Weaver, the computer security AI. I was not even kidding about that. Yeah, I wish, and this is all in Jane Cameron's cows too.
Yeah, and then I also watched the first episode of Umbrella Academy, but I guess, Kyle, what are you watching and playing?
Well, I watched, during the weekend, I really had nothing to do, so, Sunday when I got home, Friday I got home, I watched the first episode of Umbrella Academy, and I was like, I like this. This is weird. It's fun. It's fun.
I thought it was pretty good. I'll definitely watch more, but you really liked it from what you told me.
I binge watched it like in an entire weekend, and that's very rare for me to do, okay? There's only two things that made me do that. This and Dragon Prince. So when they both got out, I was like, I had to make a decision between Dragon Prince or this, and I was like, you know what? Dragon Prince is shorter, but I really want to check this out. So I checked out Umbrella Academy, and it's so good. It's weird. It's different. It kind of like what I said before. It kind of shows that Marvel, they don't need Marvel. Netflix doesn't really need Marvel. So,
I mean, that monkey looks great.
Yeah, like it literally looks like something you would see on Rise of the Planet of the Apes. That's like the thing I told you about why you should watch it.
I mean, most of the characters from going off the first episode, I kind of wasn't feeling a lot of the characters. I was like, man, I don't like a lot of these people, except for like the monkey, the strong dude, and the teleporting kid was fun. But everybody else kind of seemed like an asshole.
He was actually on a Nickelodeon show, I found out. I was like, what?
What, the teleporting kid?
Yeah, he was a Nickelodeon.
Was he on Drake and Josh, the best Nickelodeon show?
What?
Nope.
Kill yourself.
But he proved like he can play an old man, like a very old man too. Like he does some crazy things.
I mean, that kid was good. Like he's actually supposed to be like 58 or something, but
yeah, he's supposed to be like 58 because he comes from the far, far future. And future. And like also like I also took a look at a little bit at the comic books. I went on YouTube to check it out, and there's a lot of things I'm kind of glad with that they took away. That I'm glad they did not put in Netflix. Like apparently, like the strong arm guy. Did you see the fatal wound he has in the first episode? Where he has he has a gorilla torso.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and in the comics, he actually ripped off his head and put it on a Martian gorilla's body. I was like, I am so glad he did it this way.
What is his power then?
He's supposed to be super strong. So, but later in the show, you'll find out like he gets injected with a serum that gives him this monkey torso that he has. That's why he looks bulky. That's why I said it's strange. Like once I found out like why he's wearing so much padding,
spoilers, I guess.
Well, I kind of figured that out as soon as I saw that hair on his arm.
Okay, go.
It's kind of like obvious, like something's weird. But I like Cloud.
We should put a spoiler tag when you talk about a show, Kyle.
Yeah, but I like Cloud. It's better later. I can tell you that.
Just get a little sign and you just hold it up. It says spoilers.
Wait.
Yeah, because Kyle just goes off and it's like, yep, he's just like going on. Okay, Kyle, spoil the show.
Like I said, he gets better with. Like I'm gonna say, Cloud gets better. You got to pay attention though to number 7 though. She's actually gets really interesting.
Okay, don't spoil anything else, Kyle.
I'm just saying, get
your piece.
Yep. And then Tuesday, I watched Battle Angel, Alita.
Oh, really? I'm interested in it.
How empty was your theater?
I watched it during the morning, and it is the #1 movie in America right now.
I mean, not much of a brag.
Yeah.
When you open that low.
Yeah. But I'm just saying.
On a holiday weekend.
Yeah,
it did exceed expectations, Bill.
The expectations were in the toilet.
Yeah, this is the expectation. This is the expectation. Well, it did not make that much money. It is the #1 movie in America, but it's not making that much money. Yeah, but it's the #1 movie. Well, we're gonna need to make more money. But
let's see how this does in China.
That's pretty much the only thing that could probably save it.
Yeah, and it was definitely made to be a 2-parter though. Like there's like 2 people that I recognize that made cameos in that movie. So Edward Norton's in the movie.
Yeah, I heard that. I was just kind of like, what?
Yeah. And the movie was really good. Like, I could tell you that they had changed some of the names. Although the doctor, his name is Dr. Dyson. I'm like, I'm wondering, is he a descendant of the Dyson vacuum family? And the movie was really good. The Alita looks great. I can tell you that. Like, and I don't know anything about the source material, so I went in blind. As a person that goes in blind, I think they'll be satisfied with it. But I feel like after looking at the source material, a lot of people are gonna be angry because the violence has been toned down a little bit.
So her big old eyes don't get in the way of the movie, where you're just kind of like, oh, why do her eyes look like that though?
I kind of forgot about that for a while.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like I watched it in 3D too, so.
Oh wow.
Bad. And plus, like some of the action scenes are really good. Oh, Chris, here's a good one. Francis is in it too.
Francis?
Yeah, you know, Ajax.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm like, who's Francis?
The other transporter, or is he the other? Yeah, the other transporter, right?
Okay.
So my favorite thing is what Brock Sampson says. See this? This is the sword of mine. It is a katana. It is the legendary. I'm like, there we go. Why all you sword guys like to talk about your sword so much? Like they put that trope in there. I was like, I love it.
Oh, really? They have a sword guy that talks about how cool his sword is in Battle Angel Alita?
Ajax that does it, and it's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
And it's so hilarious. I'm like, this is so good, and it's a good movie, especially if you haven't watched the source material. So, and
cool.
and I also for games I played Octopath Traveler for a good while. I got pretty far in it, so
nice.
Yeah,
that game looks really cool. I'm excited when it comes to PlayStation 4.
We'll see what happens.
Unless I finally get a Nintendo Switch.
I mean, Nintendo would pay extra just to keep it on the port, unless Square's like, nah, we gotta get it on every system now.
Yeah, we gotta make that cheddar.
Yeah, but I've been playing that a little bit too, and and also finally got going to Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition.
So, what do you think of Yuri's new voice? Because our friend is not a fan of it.
I haven't gotten to it, but I have read who actually does the voice for him. And apparently it's Izuru Kira from Bleach. So.
Okay. Right.
The guy with the bendy Zanpakuto, pretty much.
Bendy Zanpakuto?
Yeah, the one that looks like a hook.
You gotta be... Oh, that guy. Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about, too.
Everything heavier?
Yeah, the Squad 11 guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He's
the guy with the like things in his hair.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's the voice of him. I was a little curious, but it does come with a lot of DLC. I mean, like you even get the stuff for promoting. You even get the uniforms from the night uniforms from the Tales of Vesperia First Strike in Japan.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you definitely would like it. You definitely would like this game.
I mean, eventually I'll maybe buy it. However, my priority is getting new games because it's just like kind of like I already played this game. Like, why am I going to buy this game again?
Yeah, it's like my second favorite Tales game.
Yeah.
So I like it that much. I also recommended it to one of my friends. I said, "Hey, do you like Tales?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, Tales? You mean Symphonia?" I was like, "Yeah." I told him about Tales of Vesperia. I told him it's probably like my second favorite. And they're like, "What's your first?" Tales of the Abyss. That's still my favorite.
But anyway, I guess is that it for today's show?
I guess it is, unless Bill has something coming out of some crazy news that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of.
Okay, I guess I'll outro the show then. We've been the Mediaverse Podcast. We record every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you liked what you saw, leave a comment. If you didn't like what you saw, leave a comment. Just acknowledge that you watched us, please. But anyway,
like the channel for us. Right? And also give us a like. That will completely help us.
No, it won't. We just need acknowledgement. That's it. We just want to know that we're not by ourselves. Wow, this sounds really pathetic. No, screw this. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys.
I'm killing the podcast.
Have a good night. Goodbye.
Good night.